And go.
Okay,
We are
so
live.
oh my God. So I can't see. I'm gonna get on my uh, the Broad Squad page here quickly because I can't see. Yep, there
Okay.
we are. Okay, we're up. We're
Yay.
showing. We're showing.
Good.
Cool.
Well, and people have to download the app, but this is a really cool interactive app.
Well, they can
Um,
do it via their. All they got to do is go to our Broad Squad page, and they're good. So
oh, I
yeah,
see.
because it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
showing up on our Broad Squad page right now.
Oh, so they can just interact with us right there. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, good. So
In case anybody's wondering, this is new to us.
this is new to us, and so thank you so much for helping us pop our Be Live TV, Jerry. We appreciate it.
I
I
know.
know. Did I say that really? Oh, goodness. So we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna chat a little bit, see how this works, and feel free to leave a comment. What happens when you leave a comment? We can like pop it up on the our Broad Squad page and all sorts of neat stuff. So feel free to comment, even if you just say, "Hey, what's going on?" or "Hi," or whatever. So
Yeah. Be part of our conversation because this
yeah.
is part of what this is about too. It's not just about us talking.
Hmm.
Um, like I said, we love our brilliance, but we want to share it with the world and we want to hear your brilliance too. So this is just like, a couple girls getting together for coffee and or brunch or whatever time it is in your part of the world.
Yeah.
Um, it's because it's what 11 here Central Standard Time. I've already had my coffee and I'm kind of just having a little snack of um, almond butter and coconut butter, and I just kind of blended them together because I wanted something to nosh on before.
Almond. Well, I love almond butter and I love coconut butter, but I have never had them together. So
Well, I put them in a little jar and just a little bit of each. You can kind of see it. It probably doesn't look appetizing, but I put it in the microwave, to kind of soften up that butter, the coconut butter, because it's soft, but it's hard. And then I kind of mix them together, and it's really yummy. It would taste really good on like some sourdough toast or what, I don't know. It's just whatever I felt like. John doesn't really have anything in the house that's paleo. I bought this stuff a while back when we were still kind of, together or whatever, before I broke his heart, and then I came back, and then I broke his heart again. Anyway. So that's a whole other story.
you're funny.
But I have
So you
stocked his
you
house a little bit.
you break his heart, you come back, and then you eat his food.
That's right. We'll eat the food that I bought,
It's the
because
food that
I'm
you
like,
buy.
but I
Yeah.
need to stock your house because you don't have
Yeah.
anything in here I can eat. So this was still left over, and I was actually surprised. It was funny because had made like kind of a hot chocolatey thing. I'd been trying that mushroom coffee, and
Yeah. Yeah.
they have like it's good though. I know that you're like, I don't like mushrooms, and I think because of your mushroom allergy, like you probably shouldn't have it.
I'm allergic to a certain type of mold, so yes, I probably shouldn't be eating
Right,
fungus.
right. But
But
I
more
couldn't
power to
tell
you,
it.
sister.
Well, I couldn't tell it tasted any different than regular coffee. It has coffee in it, actually. At least the brand that I tried, the Force Sigmatic or something like that. That was pretty good. But anyway, I was making that last night, and I brought it with me. Paleo travel.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always bringing my own stuff. But there happened to still be a cup in there that he had bought me that has like the letter A on it and whatever. It was still in there, and I said, I am surprised you still have
He
this.
didn't like
Like,
surprised he didn't like take it and throw it against the wall or something. She broke up with
no,
me. I'll show her.
I know. I was like, here she goes again. Let's get rid of her. But no, he's like, no. I figured. He goes, I thought about sending it to you, but he said, no, I just decided to keep it. And I was like, ah.
Aw,
So I know.
how sweet. So hey, before we go any further, I think we should address the fact that Robin's not here.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
as you know, it's the three sassy broads, not the two sassy broads, and we scheduled this, I don't know, a week or so ago, and Robin's German Shepherd, how many years did they have her? 13 or
Like
so?
I think she said like 11 or something. Yeah. It
11?
was
Yeah.
this.
They had to put her to sleep because she was very ill. So Robin has decided to do some self-care, which we highly encouraged her to do through Marco Polo
Yes.
to take care of herself. So she has opted out of this morning, but she will be back on our other live broadcast. So
Yeah,
I just didn't want
absolutely.
you to think that we got kicked Robin out of the group and didn't tell anybody.
No,
She's going through some
every,
rough stuff.
that's
So,
right. Yeah.
and we actually did a broadcast, two broadcasts that I think are really brilliant. That we've got one up and then one waiting to be released. But we did the broadcast on the rough stuff, which is going to talk about not Robin's girl dying, but just rough stuff in general. And then we had Kat Hoyer on, who then presented her steer model, which helps you get through the rough stuff. So it's
Yeah.
just, it's sort of I wouldn't say a nice little thing, but it's, just a way for you and Robin to, have some resources if you need them for rough
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't, the one that we did with Kat just sort of came up, realizing that she had some uh, good material that complemented the last broadcast that we did. And it just seemed so topical because we had been, oh my gosh, like as we talked about in the one broadcast, like things have just been like spinning and really feeling um I don't know, out of control, but out of control in based on how, pretty calm our lives have
Yeah,
been.
exactly.
Yeah, it kind of like kicked it into gear a little bit. So
Yeah.
I thought it was topical, and I even, no matter how many times I hear stuff, like it's always good for me to hear something again and in a different way. And so obviously that's what we hope that people get. why we flood your media, because there's different ways that you can hear something, and maybe like you hear us say it one way, but then the next time you hear it, you're like, oh, it clicks, or someone else says it in a way that makes it click for you. So yeah, can't ever be oversaid, I think.
Well, I think it's good too because like you were saying, we for me sometimes I forget. I get caught up in this moment of bad or whatever's going on, and I forget these things. But then also, I think when this situation happens and you hear this, and then it's a different situation, you like you said, you sort of hear it differently. It's a different, even though it's the same resource or tip or whatever, if it applies to like a slightly different situation, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just able to get a better take on it.
Yeah.
So if that makes any sense, but
Oh yeah, it completely makes sense because I feel like I go through my entire life going, "Oh yeah, I got this, I know it," and then like we talked about, all of a sudden it feels like things are, you know, imploding, and it's like, "What the hell? What did I miss?" I'm doing all the right things, right? And then you have to take that moment to step back and like self-assess, and then go, "Oh, okay, this is what I probably should have done," or I mean, it's just a whole different um, perspective when you hear something and then it resonates and you go, oh, okay, I know that, but I don't guess I was probably practicing that and or consistently, and then it's like, all right, you get back on track, which is what has
well, it's like
happened.
I say, we preach a lot. We got to practice what we preach. So
Absolutely. And it's just, I think, just that part of that human experience of, you get kind of wrapped up in life, and then it just, you feel like you can cut corners, and that you just never can really cut corners on, staying the course for yourself, whatever that is.
yeah.
And you just have to get those tools, back into practice, which, bringing Robin up again real quick, on our Marco Polo, and I had remarked on it then. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about when we refer to Marco Polo, it's an app that you can get. It's basically a video walkie-talkie. It's like so awesome, and
I love it.
I love it too. It's another way that we stay in contact. We have our own little group, and you can do it just individually with people and groups, and it's just really fun. So you guys need to try it. But anyway, we were talking about a variety of things, and one of the things that she said was about slowing down. That her perspective has started to shift as she's gotten older. And it was funny because she's like, I know that you guys can appreciate this because you guys are older. I'm like, hey, no. But I was like, you're right, because we had talked a lot about that. Now she's really kind of starting to experience what the passage of time looks like. And
Yeah.
she talked about slowing down. And then that made me think, you know what, you're right. We are always in such a hurry all the time, the way that our world is set up. We think we just got to rush everything. And the only thing we absolutely have to do is die. Like that's the only thing that is like out there for us to do is to die. Other than that, what we do up to that point is completely voluntary.
It's all optional, right?
It is.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt you real quick and give a shout out to Kat Hoyer. Good morning, beautiful ladies. Can you see that, Ange, how I posted it on the...
Yep.
Yeah. So, hi, Kat. All right. I just
Hey,
had to give her a shout out. So,
yes.
yeah, Robin's, I tell you what, we go on and on about Robin, but she just has this way. I think we were talking about it in Marco Polo. She just has this way of saying things that is inspirational and motivational. And so I did this whole blog post on the passage of time because just that one phrase that she gave about, you know, watching her neighbor Spence and then the dog
Yep.
and then whatever else she was talking about Marco Polo, I was just like, shit, that's good. I'm going to write a blog, passage of time, you know, because I am going to be I'm going to be 55. So it's really sort of been, you know, on my mind lately. But anyway,
yeah.
now I forgot where I was going with that. But
just how she is like, it kind of what we were talking about. People can say things in a different way, and all of a sudden it clicks. So I think that's what it did for me too. When she started, like you said, the fence really stood out to me. The fact that she said her doggy that just, you know, that just died, that she, excuse me, they bought her when she and Mike committed to each other, and so she was as old as their relationship. And
yeah, that's,
you know,
I remember that.
That definitely hit me. It was like, oh my gosh, right? Like it just had a different perception all of a sudden.
It's
so, yeah.
it's a tangible way to, because, you know, we go through our day, we don't really see the little changes. So, you know, when, what's her dog's name? Nina. When Mina died and you're like, oh wow, this has been 12 years. It's this tangible thing that you can look at and see this passage of time. And, you know, and yeah, so it's just, it was so thought provoking for me, the way she just had that, little thing. So she's and for the people that are joining us now, Robin is not with us. Her dog Mina died. They had to put her to sleep. She was very ill, so we just encouraged her to do some self-care today. So you just have me and Ange.
Yay!
It's just the two of us today. So
that's right.
So anyway, I've got some other things I want to say, but go ahead and finish up whatever you were talking about, Ange. As you can tell, this is just sort of impromptu.
Yep.
We're just like gabbing. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate
it. And indulging us. Yeah, this is meant for everybody to like pop on. This isn't just, I mean, you can sit and listen to us. We don't care, you know, but we would love for you to interact too. Like, feel free to pop up something that like has been going on in your world. Because we're just sort of talking about just topical things. This is literally us at coffee or lunch when we get together. We just talk about a bunch of random stuff, and but we always leave like refreshed. You know, we always leave with, I said, with all perspectives that we've been chatting about, like a different way of seeing something, and you know, like something that Robin had said yesterday through our Marco Polo inspired Shelly and actually inspired me too, and we chatted about that. So that's what we're talking about right now. And, you know, I just never think you can get enough of that. You know, people, that's a reason that we get together with our tribe. You know, that's the reason why we're like, hey, we need to get together for coffee and whatever. We like to share those stories and those experiences. Yeah. And those meaningful conversations, Kat, exactly. That's kind of the glue, I think. You know, way back before any of this technology or anything, you know, we made efforts to connect with our tribe. You know, that's how stories got passed on. That's how bonds got formed. That's how we survived. A good way of our survival was connecting with each other. And so I'm all about, as a speech and language pathologist and coach, I'm all about communication. And, you know, just any way that you can connect, I think you should. So.
Oh, exactly. And I have never been one just to chat about stuff, you know, just about the weather or whatever. Um, I was at the pool yesterday with a couple of my grandkids and my son and his partner, and there were these two girls there, fairly young, and they were just like ragging on their other friends and about, I did this and I did that. I want to go up and say, listen, honey, life's too short. The passage of time and all that shit. But
Here's my blog. Read it.
yeah, but it just reminded me of how I used to be, getting caught up in the drama and stuff. So I think the good thing about having this Marco Polo and this time with Ange and Robin and Kat and other people in our lives is it grounds you and it brings you back to that moments that are important, and like Ange says, it refreshes you and gives you insight. And I always walk away, even as an introvert, really never feeling drained with our conversations ever.
Yeah.
So it's always a good
Yeah,
thing.
we've spent hours upon hours together, and it's always sort of a reboot, I think.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to hear from people either now or, after you watch this, just who's your tribe? Who's your tribe? What things inspire you with the people that you hang out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of tribes, Ange, I am downloading all of our videos from the Three Sassy Broads and making one big video.
Oh my God. I love it.
And you should see us. I mean, me and Robin, especially, our hair and everything. But I've got a confession to make here. Something kind of funny. I am not wearing pants. I am wearing Steve's underwear. So listen. This is what I love about this platform here, is that I feel like Rachel Maddow, because I don't know if you watch Rachel Maddow, but I do know that she like wears pajama bottoms and tennis shoes under her desk, and all you see is that she's very well presented up front. So anyway, I had got on here and I was getting ready to. I was waiting for Ange and stuff, and I walked off camera and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any pants on. I'm in underwear." So
You're so funny. Yeah. Well, I've still got my pajama bottoms on, but they're kind of almost like yoga pants looking things, and
yeah.
I have my shirt on. I don't know if you can read it, but it says Coffee Squad Sunday.
I like that.
My appropriate attire. So yeah, this is as good as it gets at the moment. But yeah, I think that's fun, and that's a perception thing, right? Because you can be like, from here up, people, that's all they see, and they're like, wow, she's all put together. And then you're like, check it out.
Well, I don't know how well put together I am because I'm in a t-shirt and no makeup or anything like that. But
well, we are real, if nothing else. Like, we want other people to join us in their pajamas and underwear.
Yeah. And we would love to hear things that you would like to converse about. You can pop those in the comments or go to our website, threesassybroads.com, and leave us comments on our broadcast. Let us know if there's certain topics that you would like for us to talk about or join us. Or
Yep. We want to hear about everybody else's experiences, because they're out there. Everybody has a story, and I'm always fascinated by people's stories. That's like what I do. And we have those histories, and yeah.
Well, and it's that's what the Broad Squad's about.
It's true. Yeah. And we want to know what your squad is too, because what brings you life? Why do you get together with the people that you do? And are there people in your squad that maybe you wish they weren't in your squad because, they're like a negative energy and they're bringing you down? And how do you handle that?
Excellent point. I've gotten rid of a lot of people in my squad the past 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have too. And there's a lot of people that, I've not necessarily kicked to the curb per se, but that I spend less and less time with. And, haven't had to really have a real strong conversation with them because they stay at that arm's distance, but, or they haven't asked me, so why don't we hang out? I mean, I would answer them, but they haven't asked. But I just keep them kind of at bay, and I either take them in small doses or I have eliminated the ones that have this negative, such a negative energy that it like you mentioned earlier, that it drains you to be around them, and it's not always easy because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes people need to know that. Oh yeah,
Well,
helping
and
people.
thank you, Kat, because I was just, as Ange was talking, I was thinking that is definitely a topic we need to do for the broadcast because it's easy for us to say, just kick toxic people to the curb. And I remember in 2012, after I came back from Colorado, I had to get rid of a couple of people, well, more than a couple of people, but I can think of a couple of people who I really loved. I loved these people.
Mm.
And they just, when I got healthy, I just realized how toxic they really were. So it's first of all, you have to do it, but second of all, you just can't tell people. We'll just kick them to the curb. There's a process, and you have to understand that it's not easy, but we've all done that. So yes, Kat, thanks for bringing that up. I think it would be a great topic. In fact, I'm going to write it down right now on our list
Yay,
of
do that.
stuff to do.
Good. I'm glad you've got the pencil and paper because all I have over here is like my almond and coconut butter and a fork. So
I got a pencil, or I
she's
got a
like,
pen, I should say. So.
Shelly's our scribe. she puts it down.
I'm the scribe, and then I lose everything I write down. So I got a gazillion notebooks. Who else here is addicted to paper?
Oh yeah, I do too. I have so many. I've got my planner with me, and then I've got two others at home, and they're both full. And no, and I have another one too. Because remember how we were like, so what are we talking about this week? And then I'm like, hang on, I got to go find it, and then I have to look through my different books. It's bad.
I got to find all my papers. So
I know.
yeah,
That's why it's better if we just like pop on here and just talk when the inspiration strikes. You know what I mean?
Cass said, do you ever revisit later to see if they have evolved too? Yeah, I I haven't really with these people I let go. They were just way too toxic, way too toxic, and I don't care if they've evolved or not. To be honest with you. Well,
Yeah.
I think for one reason, and I think this is also part of a broadcast that we can do is that they did so much damage to me that I don't want to say I'm unforgiving, but I just don't see the need to see if these certain individuals have evolved. But
Yeah.
I know Ange has. Ange has done that. Gone back,
Yep.
you see.
I have. Yeah. I was just going to say, like, there are some people, like Shelly said, where I'm like, whoa, I'm not touching them again, with a 10-foot pole because it was such a disaster. And I have one right now in my life, and she happened to have given birth to me.
Would that be your mother?
Maybe. No. But, where it's like, I don't know if toxic's the right word, but it's just a relationship that doesn't serve me. And I don't think it serves her to have me in her life. I mean, it would, I think, if she would, stop being so dumb. But no, but seriously, I think that I spend a lot of frustrated energy on her when I have attempted to revisit it. And it's painful. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm trying really hard not to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, she would be someone that I just would not pick to be in my life because based on her value system and, obviously different from mine and just, a host of other things. And, so yeah, that one's been one that I've attempted to revisit a couple times and it just frustrates me every single time. And I'm like, you know what, these last, however many minutes or days that I spent trying to, reestablish something and like, geez, I could totally have put that someplace else, So that's what I always have to remember.
Yeah, family members, it's tough. That's for
Yeah.
sure. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not even going to go into mine, but I totally get that. So,
Yeah.
Ca-
Right.
Kat's reconnecting with someone that seems like they may be in a better place, but with clear internal boundaries. Yeah, if you reconnect with someone and you have your own strict boundaries about how that needs to go,
Yep.
that's a brilliant way to handle those situations. So. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's going to be a topic for a broadcast. We will
Yeah.
definitely do that.
I think that's
It's a
brilliant.
great idea.
Yeah,
So.
I could just launch into talking about that all day. Like that's a really, really good topic. So yeah, and
Yeah.
I think you did bring up a good point. Cat, sorry, these little bugs are trying to attack me. Is that right? Like once you get into your good place and like what you'll allow and what you won't, then you can assess it a lot easier with other people to be able to say, oh yeah, they're not in the place that I need them to be for me to connect. Doesn't mean they're wrong or right. It just means that what you'll allow and what you won't. It's just, yeah, so much better, so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
It keeps you in that healthy place.
Well, yeah, if you're healthy in a healthy place yourself, it's much easier to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
I just choose not to go back to a certain two people, three people,
Yeah.
maybe. And it's been such a long time ago. I know one person. If I wrote him, he'd be like, F off.
You're so funny.
And the other person,
like,
the other person, my daughter has actually seen a couple of times. She's like, Mom, she's crazy old lady. You don't want to go there ever again. So there you go. But,
yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, let us know what topics you'd like to talk about. This is probably something that I think we're going to do, be live on a regular basis, come on for, 15, 20 minutes and just catch up. And so you can see how the three sassy broads, like Kat, has been able to witness how we interact with each other.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing, definitely. And this is a venue, I feel like, I know Facebook Live does some stuff, and this is like Facebook Live, but it's got a little bit slightly more interactive feature to it. So
I like how, people can make comments and you can put them up on the screen, or you can type, like here, I'm going to say our broadcast on Three Sassy Broads. It's really cool. And then, I forgot what I was going to say. I was typing.
I'm just sitting here waiting. I'm like, yeah, go on.
Well, and then also on Facebook Live, you can just have one person at a time. But with this, we can bring in, 2 or 3 different people. So
yeah, that's true.
The 3 of us can be on the same screen together. So
yeah, that's true. No, I love it. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. So
it's meant to be interactive. So please, interact. We love that.
And we appreciate Kat interacting with us. So.
Yes.
And what do we have coming up this next week? We have the interview with Kat Warrior is going to go out. I've got that all ready to go. So it's in the queue for our process. And then I have Heather Parody I'm going to be interviewing. She's a brilliant millennial. And we Three Sassy Broads hate how they categorize millennials. We know some brilliant people in that generation. So we're going to interview Heather, who owns her own not-for-profit. She's got a master's, I believe, in counseling, like in, psychology, counseling. She works with an organization that helps women who are in the trafficking, victims of trafficking. So she is a brilliant, brilliant person. And then we got a couple of topics coming up. Living a mission-driven life, and now toxic people. So
yeah. So we be popping.
Oh, that's funny.
We're amazing.
Okay, well, I think if we don't have anything else to say, we can end this broadcast and thank everyone for doing our inaugural, for letting us get on here and yammer and try this out, and let us know what you think, if this is something you'd like to see or not see. We're gonna come do it anyway, so.
Yeah, we're still gonna do what we want, but we will take into consideration what you throw out there. So
exactly, yeah, if there's something you'd like to hear about, or otherwise we're just gonna come on and yammer about our week and what's upcoming, and just do what we normally do, just start talking.
Exactly. Which, speaking about the week, I don't know if you guys follow me on social media anywhere, but pretty much anywhere you follow me on social media, you have seen where I entered into this contest for Paleo FX. And again, if you know me even a little bit, I'm just like this little paleo girl, and that's part of what I do with my coaching is we work on menu as well as the mindset and movement. But anyway, so Paleo FX has this contest that they put out there, and I have just been blowing up social media with all the tags and all that kind of stuff, because that's part of it. Not only just putting in, yay, the EEFX, not only just putting in my formal contestant application, but one of the things that they said is like, hey, we want you to blow up your social media. How bad do you want this? And I'm all like, oh, what a really bad. I'm just like, hashtag EFX, at PaleoFX, blah, 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 like everywhere. So everybody put some good juju out there for me that I win, because the first place prize is basically worth $30,000 worth of business coaching and flying out to Austin and, working really extensively with these people, as well as them then promoting me, because obviously they've made an investment, in their winner. And I don't know, like, I feel like it's me. Like, I do, maybe all the other contestants feel like it's them too, but like, I'm like, no, I am meant, this contest was meant for me. Yes, it's me. It's gotta be me. So if it's not me, I'm going to be crushed. I'm not going to lie. I will be crushed. I'll be like, how did you not pick me? But I feel really good about it. Today's the last day of the contest, so I've put a lot more stuff out there. But then I'm going to let it just kind of be. I've pushed it all week. So now I'm just going to be in the place and wait for my phone call that they picked me.
If they don't, we shall cry tears and tears. We shall cry
I'll be
river.
the one taking a day off next time.
Yeah. Hey, Kat, I don't think we can vote for her. I think it's up to a committee. So, but what you can do is share her stuff out. Go to her, go to her Fabulously Paleo, her Instagram, Dr. Angelique. If you're on Snapchat with her or whatever, and just share her stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you have a post of mine that you like, especially that's speaking to health and wellness and everything, if you want to share it and then put the @ sign, but maybe Shelly can pop it up there, at PaleoFX, and that will bring them up and tag them. And then also the hashtag that Shelly had up there a minute ago, hashtag EEFX. Those two things together will alert them. Yes, thank you. Those two things will alert them that, that they need to look at it, And so if you want to say something about, like, Angelique is just this awesome health coach and blah, 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 whatever, then please do that. That would be fantastic. This is the last day. Like I said, it closes at midnight Central Standard Time. So feel free to hashtag it, tag me, the whole works. So I appreciate it. It. Thanks for all the good juju.
Absolutely. So go to our website, 3sassybroads.com, listen to our broadcasts, give us some topics, leave us some comments, and all that good stuff.
And share it. If you hear something good, share our content, because we are still working on getting up there in the ranks. We have lots of listeners, or listens anyway. We're noticing that it's getting around, and part of it is because people are sharing. So if you could share us, that would be fantastic.
All right. I think we're going to head on out. And how do we always end our broadcast, Angelique?
Stay sassy. We're so cute.